Can drinking something acidic actually help you with acid reflux? Wait, did I just say that out loud? I know, it sounds like science fiction or maybe just plain nonsense, but there's more to this story than meets the eye. Stick around because today we're diving deep into GERD, what it is, why it happens, and the surprising ways you can treat it, including a few that might just flip everything you thought you knew about heartburn upside down. So let me ask you, have you ever reached for an antacid after a spicy meal only to find the symptoms keep coming back? Or maybe you heard someone swear by apple cider vinegar for reflux and thought, that can't possibly be right, can it? Today we're answering those burning questions, pun totally intended. And by the end of this video, you'll know the real science behind GERD and how to tackle it from all angles. So hey, my name is Marcus. I'm a scientist with 25 plus years of research experience, several patents, and a personal vendetta against health misinformation. You can think of me as your wellness watchdog, sniffing out the facts and barking at the nonsense. I started this channel because, like you, I struggle with reflux and health confusion. I wanted to give you real, science-backed tools for a healthier, happier life. And hey, always check with your doctor before trying anything new. Your health history is as unique as your fingerprint. Here's what's on today's menu. How digestion actually works, what pH means for your gut, what GERD is and what causes it, GERD myths and proven treatments. So let's leash up the hype and sniff out the science. So let's start with digestion. Imagine taking a bite of pizza. Digestion starts in your mouth with chewing and enzymes. Then food moves down your esophagus via peristalsis, a muscle wave that delivers it to the stomach. The lower esophageal sphincter, or LES, is like a bouncer. It lets food in, but keeps acid from sneaking back up. Once food enters your stomach, acid is released, dropping the pH to about 1 to 3. That's more acidic than lemon juice, for example. Your stomach can handle it. Your esophagus, not so much. When acid escapes, you get heartburn. So, what is pH and why does it matter? Quick science break. pH measures how acidic or basic something is. The scale goes from 0 acidic to 14 basic. Neutral is 7. Your stomach needs to be acidic to digest food properly, but acid in the wrong place like your esophagus hurts. Trust me. So why do we get the GERD? Myth. GERD is always caused by too much acid. Let's break it down. Too much acid? Yes. Sometimes you produce too much acid, which is sometimes due to H. pylori infection. Standard treatment includes antibiotics plus PPIs. But what are PPIs? PPIs are proton pump inhibitors, which are medicines that reduce stomach acid by turning off a key acid-producing pump in the stomach lining. They are prescribed for GERD and peptic ulcers. In social media, you will see reported side effects such as osteoporosis, gastric cancer, kidney disease, infections, vitamin deficiencies, and dementia links. Is this fact or fiction? Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag. When it comes to side effects, most of the data showing possible risks with long-term PPI use come from large observational studies, not the strongest type of scientific evidence. This means these studies can suggest a link between PPIs and certain health issues, like infections or bone fractures. But they can't prove that PPIs actually cause those problems because other factors might be involved. For a few side effects, like certain gut infections, the evidence is stronger and a direct effect is likely. But for most of reported side effects, any risk to individuals is small and often uncertain. More clinical, systematic, and meta-analysis studies are required to discern between mere association and real causality. Overall, it seems PPIs are still considered safe when used as prescribed, but occasional review with your doctor is wise. Too little acid. Here's a plot twist. Many GERD patients have too little acid. Low acid causes poor digestion, leading to food lingering and fermenting, triggering reflux. So what can you do? Well, Eat smaller, slower meals. And this is supported in a study published in Clinical Gastroenterology and Hepatology. Chew your food thoroughly. Don't overdrink during meals. Too much water dilutes acid. Check your zinc and B vitamin levels. Low zinc and B6 equals low stomach acid. Also, get tested for H. pylori, and if positive, treat it. And here's a supplement people often try, but here's what the science actually says. Betaine HCl is a supplement meant to increase stomach acid, used mainly for suspected low acid conditions. A 2013 study in Clinical and Translational Science shows it lowers pH for approximately 75 minutes, but was not tested on GERD patients. There is almost no robust clinical evidence supporting the use of betaine HCl for GERD, and it may actually worsen symptoms for most GERD patients. Bottom line, stick with evidence-based solutions for real results. Smaller meals, better chewing, nutrient checks, H. pylori tests. So let's talk about acid accumulation. Sometimes acid builds up not because there's too much, but because it's not draining properly. Low gastric emptying is often linked to an autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So try a low-carb diet for 30 days, as that may improve gastric emptying. Another thing is stress. Stress slows digestion. When you're anxious, digestion shuts down. So try meditation, like breathing exercises, Tai Chi or yoga. I know friends firsthand that have found relief using these methods. Another cause for acid reflux could be a hiatal hernia. A hiatal hernia is when part of your stomach pushes through the diaphragm. It makes reflux worse after meals or lying down. So what helps it? Well, small meals. No lying down 3 hours after eating. Avoid trigger foods like coffee. Gentle exercise. If you would like more details on which exercises, then please comment below, and I'll do a short video on it. Now let's take a look at some antidotal remedies like apple cider vinegar diluted in water before meals. There is zero clinical evidence to support it. Some people even report that it worsens their symptoms. Based on this, it is surprising to me that some medical doctors on social media are actually recommending it. Now, there is the idea of ingesting some lemon water. This is a similar idea, but with the same problem. There is no evidence, and it, like ACV, can give potential irritation. So let's talk about ginger tea and digestive bitters. Ginger has some positive but limited evidence for relieving mild bloating and indigestion in humans. However, research for its effectiveness on GERD is mixed, based mostly on small studies rather than large, high-quality clinical trials. Therefore, there is no real evidence as of yet to support it as a GERD treatment. While digestive bitters may be used traditionally for general digestive discomfort, there is no clear scientific evidence from well-controlled clinical trials to support their use as a treatment for GERD, and some data suggests they can even aggravate symptoms in certain people. So let's talk about my personal GERD journey. Here's some real talk for you. I tried the apple cider vinegar trick. It made things worse, much worse. What actually helped me, believe it or not eating late. Once I cut out bedtime snacks and not eating before going to bed, my reflux dramatically improved. So let's have a quick recap here of what we learned today. GERD isn't always caused by too much acid. Sometimes it's too little acid, or acid stuck in your stomach, or even stress. Antibiotics help H. pylori. PPIs can help, but come with certain risks. Lifestyle changes are very powerful. And as always, talk to your doctor before starting any new remedies. If this helped you, drop a comment. What worked? What did it? Got a weird GERD remedy you want me to try? Bust? Leave it below. Like, subscribe. You're not alone in this journey. We're a community of wellness watchdogs, and I'm so glad you're here. Until next time, Stay curious, stay healthy, and don't be afraid to ask the tough questions. Everything you just learned is only the beginning. We have so much to share. So until then, Wellness Watchdog out.